All right, you guys. So, welcome back to another episode of Andor. This is going to be episode 8. Episode 7 was an excellent episode. It was a standalone episode, but it definitely moved several of the plots that we have going on in this particular series forward. Of course, we visited with Mon Mothma, spent quite a bit of time with Mon Mothma. Also spent a little time with Luthen as well. We got to see Val looking very different. We know that Val is also going to be going after Andor, thanks to Luthen and the shopkeeper assistant who met with Val in the underbelly of Coruscant, it looked like there. So, and then of course we also got to visit the ISB. We saw a very nice confrontation between Deidre and I forget the other Imperial ISB officer's name, but it was a nice little back and forth again of their respective territories and her invading that territory to get the information that she's trying to seek. She kind of did a little sneaky maneuver that he tried to expose and use against her, but it actually backfired on him, and she was able to actually take over his sector, which was really, really nice. I really enjoyed that scene a lot. And then, of course, with Cassian, we got to see him go back home, visit his mom, had a very, very touching scene with his mother, where she declared that she wants to now join the rebellion based upon his actions with the heist. And he didn't acknowledge the fact that he was a part of that heist. But now she's inspired to join the rebellion, and she's staying put as Cassian took off on the run on the planet of Nemos, if I am pronouncing that correctly, a tropical planet, it seems, and vacation planet, if you will. And we got to get our first look at the shore trooper as it is on that particular planet, which was really, really cool. And then we got to also get a look at the K2 droid. Was not K2SO, unfortunately, but we got to get a look at a couple of those droids. And then, of course, we saw Andor land himself in jail for a period of 6 years, which was a previous to the heist would have only been a 6-month sentence for Cassian, but because of his actions, he's now going to be doing 6 years. Looks like hard labor in a prison. I'm assuming that this next episode is going to take place in some of the prison scenes that we saw in the trailer. So that's what I'm expecting in this particular episode. So we will see what comes about in this particular episode, guys. So, and then, of course, also, guys, later on today, I will be doing reactions to Tales of the Jedi, all 6 episodes. So you most definitely want to stay tuned to the channel. So if you haven't done so already, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and also hit that alert bell so you get alerts when I upload those videos to Tales of the Jedi. Again, I will be doing reactions not only to Andor here tonight with you guys, but also we're going to be looking at all 6 episodes of Tales of the Jedi, 3 episodes with Ahsoka, and 3 short episodes with Count Dooku, which should be really, really interesting. And I'm looking forward to reacting to those and sharing my initial reactions and thoughts on that particular series later on today. So again, you want to stay tuned to the channel for that, guys. So we're going to get into this episode. It is episode 8, and the name of the episode is Narkina. Narkina, and it is 57 minutes. So guys, we are in for another long ride. Again, and one thing I want to say about this series just real quickly, because obviously there's been a lot of talk about people who are not watching this series. I think it's Cassian is not doing as bad as initially thought, but it is definitely not being watched by the, I would say, the casual Star Wars fan. The hardcore fans, I think, are into it, and I think and this is the funny thing about it, because the word of mouth with this series is excellent across the board. I haven't heard anything particularly negative about this particular series. If there is anything negative about this particular series, it's the fact that a lot of the casual fans, I would say, are not watching. And I've also heard the words boring being attached to this particular series, which I totally disagree with. I think there's a lot of exposition in this series. Definitely, it is a character-driven series, and it does require some focus in order to understand what exactly is going on. And believe me, I'm all for lightsabers and blasters in my Star Wars content. Hopefully we'll get a lot of that in Tales of the Jedi, but I am also enjoying a lot of the exposition that we're getting out of Andor as well, guys. So like I said, let's go ahead and get into this episode 8 of Andor. It is Narkina, 57 minutes, guys. Let's go ahead and get started. Prison. Sure, troopers run the prison. Wow. And they're trying to be really intimidating. Surreal Karn, and he is in his very boring. Oh, look at this! They're coming to get him. They're coming to get him, and that's Deidre's assistant.
You keep submitting requests to the Bureau of Standards Data Center looking for Cassian Andor. You've claimed he was a missing fuel specialist, an unresponsive energy engineer, a fuel purity field officer suspected of forging Imperial reports. You've been at the Bureau of Standards for less than a month, and you filed 5 false inquiries.
Wow.
Actually, I wasn't counting this morning. What are you doing, Mr. Khan?
Cassian Andor is a murderer and a threat to the Empire. I have been trying with the limited tools available to find him.
So this is about public safety. Here's what's happened, Cyril. You have engaged the curiosity of the ISB. Now, is there anything you'd care to tell me before I waste more of my time figuring out what it is you are up to?
I'm just trying to clear my name.
One would think you'd want to leave Ferrix as far behind as possible.
One would be wrong.
I have a busy day. Tell me, what's not in Lieutenant Blevins' report that I need to know?
I have no idea. I wasn't allowed to see the report.
You signed it.
I was given no choice.
So really interesting that he's been making these reports about Andor, just really trying to search him out to clear his name. So he's brought Andor definitely on the Empire's radar. But lucky for Andor, he's not going by his real name. So it may take him a little while to figure out that he's already in custody. Wow, this is cool. Yularen. I really miss the fact that this was Yularen in the last episode. Obviously, this is not the original actor from the New Hope.
He was wanted for the person we've named Axis.
Axis.
Centrality to what we believe to be an organized rebel effort to acquire specialized Imperial
Axis, man, she has put it together.
Full planetary comm network. Supervisor Mero has convinced me that this Axis has been nimble in spreading his activities across the galaxy.
So they are on Luthen as well. They just don't know who he is.
Nor do we know the scope
as he just said.
of our problem.
Drill down, find Andor, and get a hunt started.
That's really interesting, and it makes me think that Luthen is not going to make it out of this first season. I don't think Andor is going to give him up, but he's already linked to Andor. Imperial prison guards. Wow. 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 So the floor is, but those the boots that they wear prevent them from being affected by it. And Cassian sees that already, but it's totally obvious. But he's going to use that to escape, I think.
You've read the report?
I was a good deputy inspector.
That was very good. I saw the double murder and found the killer in 2 days. It was overly ambitious, yes, but time was slipping away and the opportunity was real. Service to the Empire. You just said it. Can we never be too aggressive in preserving order? I didn't deserve what happened.
I wish you luck. I'm running late.
It's clear you need Andor in order to find his partner. It's also clear that whatever this is more important than the death of 2 corporate security guards. It could be a valuable asset going forward.
He's trying to get in. He is trying to get in.
Raise the alarm one more time, and it won't be me you're speaking to. Forget this happened.
And she didn't take him in. That's interesting. But he's going to keep pushing. He's going to keep pushing.
This is Unit 52D. Level 5, Room 2. The D is for day shift.
Day
7
shift.
levels of factory, 7 rooms per level, 7 tables per room, 7 men, each table. My name is Kino.
Oh, my man. Oh.
The 49 men in this room answer to me. Name.
Freaking Snoke.
Keep going this conversation as that you understand one thing most clearly. I have 249 days left of my sentence. I have a free hand in how I run this room. I'm used to seeing my room in the top 3 on the level. You will want to keep that happy. I'm sensing you understand. Sick, injured, you talk to me. Problems with another inmate, I will know before you do. Losing hope, your mind, keep it yourself. Don't ever slow up my line. Table 5.
That's it, won't come.
I wish I had better news.
We're about to get very busy.
The new banking regulations are making life difficult.
Difficult or impossible?
I don't know. They're staffing up Imperial auditors by the week. We'll have to see where they place them.
Is there anything we can do before they start?
That has its own risks.
Money I've moved already. But everything's tucked away.
Find a way to explain.
So you've given up on hiding it?
How much are we worrying about?
400.
So there must have been some kind of time jump because they've been doing dealings.
Get you.
Parents dead.
He's talking to somebody on the other side. Look at that. They're using sign language. They're talking to each other.
This is our block. You see the white lights? It's the floor. White is cold, red is hot. The white lights start flashing, you've got 7 seconds to get to yourself. Sensors on the floor, 2 men in one cell. It's an instant fry.
Pull out!
Nothing.
Know that lately. At least you know where you stand from the start. No surprises.
Ask him already.
They doubled everyone's number last month. PORD.
People must be talking about it.
About what?
The Public Order Resentencing Directive.
It's been a tough month here waiting for news. Can't help but wonder what people are saying.
He's never heard of it. He never heard of it.
Told you.
The Public Order Decree. The resentencings.
Sorry.
All the rebel activities.
Rebel nonsense.
I don't know anything about it.
They slaughtered a garrison.
It's not what he said.
Burned it down.
Does it matter?
We're the ones getting punished.
I've never heard of it.
Don't ever look at the number. Double, triple, it doesn't matter.
Hey,
You're until they don't want you anymore.
enough!
Get straight with that.
Mouth straight!
Things are getting their nose treated. Those days are over.
return to your cells immediately.
Damn. Oh man, this is how they shower? And it's just a fucking mist? What? It was that? What is it that they're assembling?
Hey! You just taking a breather. Come on, guys! You've got a chance of winning the ship today. Shame to waste this.
Oh, well, okay, we're back on Ferrex.
Your breathing sounds weak. You got dizzy again.
She's getting sick.
What have you done now?
Apparently I'm throwing a party.
I'm trying to pry open the Albert's front gate.
She gonna flush them out?
No. She wanted to see if the tunnel under the hotel was still open.
Why?
So the rebellion can sneak in and take them by surprise. She's a rebel.
Cassian.
We really don't know where he is.
Uh-oh. Val.
Where did you go? Where's the big one?
I have no idea. No way, I was about to come back in.
Call.
Well, I got bad news for you guys. Andor's not going to be showing up there anytime soon. She's going to try to contact Luthen.
It's the shop owner on Ferrex. She's trying to find Cassian Andor. His mother is ill. We're not answering. We can't.
She could point us in the right direction.
She's asking us.
She knows more than we do. So much more. She might have a lead.
More likely it's the ISB working her radio.
And you're guessing.
And you're slipping.
Hmm.
We're shutting down Ferrex. The code, the frequency, all of it. I'm thinking clearly and you're not. Tell me to shut it down.
It's Andor. Knowing he's out there, knowing me. Not knowing what he knows. Took him on the Fondor. Was I insane?
You were desperate for Aldani to work, and it did. And we'll find him, just not like this.
Belle was out hunting. She and Cinta. Are they in Ferrex yet?
I'll have a listen. We're being extremely careful with it.
The woman's name is Bix Colleen. Belle could have a look. If it's safe, they know what they're doing. I'm not slipping, Leia. I've just been hiding for too long.
It's all different now. We're going loud. Vulnerability is inevitable.
I'm not slipping.
I know. I just need you to wake up. There's a lot to do.
Shut it down.
She shut it down. Damn. It's crazy. Is he going to Ferrex?
Coordinate alternatives for Sagamino. Calculating.
Getting back into character. Luthen. He's gonna hop on the floor. He's gonna hop on the floor and kill himself. They want us to see what the floor does. I knew it. So. Wow, what's going on? Huh.
That's your name, isn't it? If not the resemblance, let's strike.
Get this on me, run!
Get her!
And Segura Milo. Oh, not Caesar, baby. Caesar. Are we getting ready to see Saw?
Garrison of old Donnie. Is that you?
I was just about to ask you the same thing.
Enter Krieger. I want you to meet him.
Enter Krieger.
He's been probing the Imperial power station at Spellhouse. He's found a weakness in the defenses. It may take some time to work out, but he's got an angle.
The man's an ox. Slow and stupid.
And strong. I want you to hear his plan. He'll need air support.
Let's just keep this simple. I'll take all 3 deflectors. How much?
Oh, you meet with Krieger, they're free. You don't, I'll take them elsewhere.
I work alone.
That's what I'm trying to change.
I'm not going to put my people at risk for someone else.
We need to pull together, Saul. Whatever our final version of success looks like, there's no chance any of us can make it real on our own. We need the Empire to help. We need them angry. We need them coming down hard. Oppression breeds rebellion. Krieger needs air support.
I'm not for hire.
Think of it. Think of Spellhouse in flames. Neither of you could do it on your own. Go together.
Krieger's a separatist. My pay's a neo-Republican. The Gorman Front. The Partisan Alliance. Sectorist. Human cultist. Galaxy petitionist. They're lost. All of them lost. Lost. What are you, Luther? I've never really known. What are you?
Well, anarchy is a seductive concept. A bit of a luxury, I'd argue, to a man who's hiding in cold caves and begging for spare parts.
No sale today, Luther. Good luck with Anto Krieger.
They got him? That's her friend, right?
What are you doing? Get him out of here. Quickly.
You two, with me. Now!
Man. Okay, that's what who the kid was talking about.
Hello, Biggs.
I think this is going to be the end of the episode. I can always tell when the episode is going to end. So, really interesting episode. So we're kind of seeing the aftermath of the aftermath, which is basically everything that transpired in episode 7 with Cassian going to jail. Now the ISB is definitely on Andor. They know he is a key and a link to Luthen. I think I forget the name that they have for him, something X. So they are aware of him. They don't know his identity at all. And him contacting Andor was this is his first slip up, and that we see why Luthen wants to not only go after Andor but take him out, because he knows who he is. But not only that, but now they have Bix, and Bix has been in contact with Luthen as well. And I don't know if the Empire knows that. She just tried to send that transmission code out. I don't know if the Empire intercepted that. They may have. I'm not sure. We probably won't. If they have, we won't find out until the next episode, obviously, when they interrogate Bix there. And then, of course, we saw Cyril Karn also being interrogated by Deidre and the ISB. I really thought she was going to take him on to her team, but she didn't, which is cool. It's good that you don't get the obvious when it seems very obvious. I still think that he's going to find his way on with the Empire. I think he's going to put in another request. She had mentioned to Cyril Karn that if he puts in another request, he won't be dealing with her next time. He's going to be dealing with someone else from the ISB who's going to be a little more stern than what she is. So it'll be interesting to see if he puts that request in. I think he wants to get in with the Empire, obviously, as you can tell from the way he was talking to Deidre in that particular scene. So that was really, really interesting. And then, of course, we got to catch up with Val and Cinta. They are on the trail of Andor as well. Obviously, they are seeing everything that has transpired in Ferrix. I'm sure they're going to report all of this back to Luthien and his assistant. And I forget his assistant's name as well. And then, of course, with Andor, we get to see, we get a look at prison life, or the, it looks like this is something that the Empire, that the Empire has created in regards to incarceration. And then also, as I mentioned, and I don't know if I was able to finish my comment, but there was a lot made of a particular scene from last week's episode, which was the sentencing scene with Andor, and the information that was on the card when it was swiped by the judge. Cassian was originally sentenced to 6 years, which should have been a 6-month sentence, but he ended up getting 25 years if you read the Arabish that was on the on that little card. Now we're hearing when Cassian was in the jail, the prisoners were mentioning basically the order that the ISB and the Empire has put out, extending sentences and things of that nature, just going hard basically across the galaxy in regards to security and surveillance and things of that nature. So and what the prisoners are trying to figure out is this something known to the general public? I'm not sure what exactly these guys are putting together. I don't know if this is parts for the Death Star, or if this is they could be parts for the ATs. I'm not sure, but they seem to be very, very large components. It'll be interesting if they reveal what those particular components are. I don't think it really matters in regards to the scope of the story, but I think it probably would be a very, very cool Easter egg if it did become a particular part of the Death Star, or perhaps a part of one of the droids, AT-ATs, whatever it is, those parts that they're putting together. But basically, the Empire is now getting cheap labor for an extended period of time. And while these guys are thinking they're going to be getting out in whatever time they were originally told, Andor was told 6 years. In actuality, he's supposed to do 25 years. And I think, well, obviously there was a little bit of a time jump, but I think that time jump may have been just within a few days, maybe a month max. We saw Andor's mother has obviously been doing what she thinks is necessary to help the rebellion, but she's injured herself and she's becoming sick and weaker. This is why obviously Bix was trying to get that message out to Andor, which obviously Andor will not be able to get. I'm really enjoying everything that we are getting so far in this particular series with these characters. And then, of course, also we got to visit with Mon Mothma, who is obviously hosting another event at her home. She is meeting with her childhood friend, discussing their transactions and how it's becoming more difficult for them to do these transactions. There's changes being done within the banks, which are making it a little bit harder for her to get these funds transferred. But obviously some time has passed since the 7th episode, because as we saw, Mon Mothma have been already performing some of their transactions already so far since that particular episode, episode 7. So really interesting episode, and I do enjoy it a lot, and I do like what it is setting up. We see the tyranny that the Empire is bringing to Ferrix, Bix, and this other guy who runs the shop where the communications came from, and I bet you the Empire intercepted that communication, and that's why he was in there, and that's probably how Bix been identified by the Empire as a person of interest. I think that's why they're questioning her, because they were able to intercept that transmission looking for Andor. So a lot actually happened in this particular episode, a lot that can lead the Empire to Luthen's doorstep. And then speaking of Luthen, we also got Saw Gerrera in this episode, which was really cool, and his partisans. We got to see 2 tubes there, and a couple of fighters, the little X-Wing, the old X-Wing sitting out there outside the cave that Saw Gerrera is hiding in. We got a really good, interesting conversation between Saw and Luthen, where Luthen is trying to recruit Saw on another mission. And at this point, Saw is turned that particular mission down, even if it means not being able to get some free spare parts that he's looking to get from Luthen. But we'll see if I think there's going to be more to that conversation based off of what we saw in the original trailer, and maybe he'll be able to convince Saw to go on whatever mission this is that they're going to partake on, and that may be something that we see in one of the upcoming episodes. In this, what should be a 3-part arc. This is the first episode of that arc, and then of course next week we'll get the second part of this particular arc of our the first season of Andor. So I did enjoy this particular episode very much, and I'm going to go ahead and score this episode, and I'm going to give this episode an 7.5 out of 10. Again, I thought it was really interesting, intriguing. I like where the story is going. I like some of the things that are developing. We're seeing the pressure that the Empire is putting on the galaxy, specifically on Ferrix, and the search for Andor, and what his connection is to Luthen, who for the Empire is this mysterious character who is now been tagged with putting together a formal rebellion against the Empire. So they're trying to track this guy down, and they're using Andor's friends to get to Andor to hopefully get this information that they're seeking on Luthen. So really good episode, and I absolutely love what they're doing with this particular series. I know a lot of people have called this series boring and uninteresting. I think I couldn't disagree more with those individuals. Anyone who would say that this particular series is not Star Wars, I think it is absolutely Star Wars. And what I'm not saying every Star Wars project should be like Andor, but it would be nice to get a project here and there in the same vein of Andor that takes itself as seriously as Andor does. So guys, let me know what your thoughts are in regards to this series. Are you watching the series? But how do you feel about the low viewership of this particular series? And do you think that Andor is Star Wars, or do you feel as though it's something that's a little bit outside of Star Wars? I definitely feel like it's Star Wars. Yes, it's a little different. I think it is introducing a lot of new things to the lore, but I don't think it's not changing anything that has already been added to the lore, which is really important. And I don't have a problem with any part of their take on what the galaxy is like from the perspective of prison life, the everyday life of the individual, and how they're being treated by the Empire. I think they're doing a perfect job in illustrating all of those particular details about this particular galaxy, guys. So let me know what your thoughts are, and please put those comments down below. And then also, please remember, I will be putting up my reactions to Tales of the Jedi. I'm going to record those reactions right after this. So there will be quite a bit of content on the channel here today. So if you have not already subscribed, please hit that subscribe button and hit that alert bell so you get alerts when I upload those reactions to Tales of the Jedi. And then, of course, please do join me next week for episode 9 of Andor on Wednesday, guys. But I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Please like and subscribe. And of course, guys, from the Father to the Son to the Obi-Wan Force Ghost, may the Force be with you always.